Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how I trade with our indicator, with our template, how I trade with our template. Of course, let's go back over it. We have our basic CCFX template. We also have our ZZ, which is our semaphore that shows our swing low and swing high dots, pullback dots. We have our 50 moving color, two color 50 moving average, which I have red for sales, alerts me white for buy. We also have our I took it off for a minute. Our 200 moving average, which shows me our overall trend, right? We have our extra future, and we have our MACD right here. All right. We have our support and resistance, which are the color bars. Okay. So how I trade. This is how I trade with this template. All right. Two separate ways, two different ways that I trade. I look for trend moves. This is a strong sell move. So I look for it to consolidate. It consolidated here. I'm on the 4 hour. It consolidated here for a number of candles here, which is roughly one candle over to about 15 bars, so about 200 hours. So it consolidated all this time. So on my support right here, below my dot and my resistance lines, I'll put me an alert above them. And when it breaks out, I'm in, right? Because we know after consolidations, normally there's a breakout, right? We go back and look at anything, normally after consolidations, there's some type of breakout, whether it's to the buy or to the sell. So I'll put an alert above. And how I'll do that, I'll right click, an alert. I'll bring it down right at my resistance, above my resistance, and I'll put one down here for my sale. And what I'll do is I'll set these, I'll click them, I'll set them to notification, and I'll put my phone number in. And then I can test that alert. Okay, I'll do that on both. I'll do that on both. Set both of them. So if price breaks this alert here, it'll alert me, or if price breaks this would alert me. Okay, so that's one way. Another way I trade with this template, my 50 moving average color, whenever it changes, as you notice, whenever it changes color, price is breaching it, right? Price is breaching that candle. So it changes color right here. Lets me know that the trend wants to change. Once price clears that 50 moving average and closes in the next candle, I can jump in for that direction because I'm buying. If my dot and box is at the bottom, I'm buying, going up, right? Then I can get out either on the trend dot or the swing dot when I get another dot up here with the box around it. I can use my EA, my exit EA for it too. I set my exit EA up to take me out either at the swing or the trend. Okay, so that's another way I look. I use this indicator, right? I use this template. My dot box at the bottom, I'm consolidating. Breaks above my 50 moving average, closes, I'm in. If it breaks my whichever direction it goes, I'm in the trade. All right. Another way, box and dot at the top right here, I get my half trend arrow, right? Just so having this half trend arrow right here and my candle closed below, I'm in the trade. I'm also below my 50 moving average. I'm in the trade down to my next retrace dot or continue down to my swing dot. Very, very simple. This is how I trade. It's only three different ways that I trade with this. Very simple. Dot box, my arrow, and my price is below my 50 moving average. I take the trade. My stop loss on this, I'm on the 4 hour now. I'm not sniper entering in these, meaning I'm not looking for the smallest stop loss. When I get my arrow and I'm below my 50, my stop loss is going to be above my dot. Because if price goes above my dot and it switches directions, then my dot's going to move. Well, that lets me know the trade is going the opposite way. So on this right here, I get my arrow, my candle right here closes. My stop loss on this one is going to be about 65 pips. So I'll put my stop loss above my dot here. So if price goes this way and hits it, I'm out of the trade. It takes me out of the trade. 65 pips to come on down. And this one would have gone roughly down to my next arrow, roughly 200 some pips. Roughly 200 pips, right? 211, 12 pips, something like that. Okay? You can get out at the retracement dots, or you can actually get out at the pullback dots if you want. Just depends on how you want to trade with the system. how you want to trade with it. Okay, so that would be my stop loss. So let's go look at another one. Something out here. What was this? I don't even know what I did with this. What is this for? Notice how I hit that doggone. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Anyway. Okay, let's find another one. Find another good one. Right here, I got my dot box. I'm in structure at the top right here. I got my alert arrow. Price has changed. My moving average has changed to red. So that means my price is breaching that my price is breaching it. Right. So now I'm in on the next arrow here. It does price loves to retest to 50, right? So retest about 10 pips, drops, right? To my next dot. It's 100 pips. Okay. I'm in. Right here. Got my dot, got my arrow. So happens that my arrow comes right as my 50 is breaching. Price is breaching my 50. Went up, right? Price closed. Price closed. Went up to my retrace dot about 30 pips, right? You could have stayed in. I normally stay in, Pat. I don't worry about the retrace dot, so I know it's going to retrace. Retrace back again. I'm down 39 pips, but my stop loss is where? My stop loss down here. Now, if I'm up right here and I'm up 30 pips, sometimes if I get up 15 pips on the slow moving pair, EUR Chef is a slow moving pair. So if I get up 15 pips on slow moving pair, I may just go ahead and move my stop loss into break even. So at least I got those pips. So if it came back and hit me, at least I didn't lose anything. But if I stayed in it, if I didn't do that and I disregard the retrace dots, so I retrace here, price back in, retrace, but overall, back to the dot, I'm up 40 pips, right? Same right here. Dot, box, arrow. My arrow happened to be breaching. Again, well, I think we just showed them, right? And in and took the trade. Right here. Dot, box, my arrow happened to be breaching again, right? My 50. So I got an alert for this arrow. I also got an alert on my 50. My stop loss would have been above my candle right here, above my box right here. So I'd have put my stop loss right here. I'm in here, retraced about 29, 30 pips, drops 86 pips, or in 80 some pips, right? You can also get out at any structure. So if you choose to get out of structure, price retrace, came down, hit your 200, you're on the 4 hour. So it's playing around here for 4, 8, 12, 16. You get out right here, still 30 pips, right? It just depends on how you want to trade it. This is very simple on how I trade with this template, everyone. Very simple how I trade with it. Again, price is consolidating over here, right? Price is consolidating over here. So I'm going to set me a structure. I'm going to set me I see price off of here, here. Back up. Now it's consolidating, right? So my highest structure would be right here. My lowest would be right here. Set an alert. My alert shows up over here. Set my alert for right here. Don't know if it's going to go this way. Set my alert down at the bottom. My alert down here at the bottom for this structure right here, right? So if price breaks this structure, because remember the structure started over here. So if price breaks this structure or this structure, I get an alert. Well, what did price do? Price broke structure right here. Now you was in it. Hey, look, this was a long trade. This took 2-3 weeks. But hey, we can wait on trades. You set the alert, and whenever it happens, it happens. You see price just consolidating, right? It broke that structure. You got in up 260 pips. I mean, 260 pips, right? So you can set yourself alerts. Hardest part is getting the alert off. You got to get right on it. The delete, right on it, delete. So again, I trade it with consolidation on any time frame. 4 hour, give you a little bit more pips. Take this off. Again, all of this is consolidating. Right here, dot box. Get my alert over here. I'm in a sale, so price closed here. I entered that trade. My stop loss would have been up here. I entered the trade right here. It does retest about 32 pips. Comes down, retest again, about 38, almost 40 pips, but it still never hits my stop loss. arrow, then it's down 60 pips. And it retraces. I normally get out at the retrace stop unless I have my EA on to get it to swing. But even if it came here and retraced, back up retrace, still sold all the way back down. 97 pips, right? Close to 100 pips on that. All right. It's time consuming because I'm on the 4 hour. I don't need to trade every day. I can put a trade in and have a good size stop, have a good size lot, and let that one trade go, make $1,000. Right. So it's not about trading every day. It's about finding the right trade, you know, and trading with the trend. That's how I trade with this indicator. We go over this on our sessions, our New York and Asian sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays.